latest on Tropical Storm Mangkhut, which we are continuing to watch very closely as it gradually intensifies in the western Pacific. It's got winds of 50 miles per hour and a pressure of 992 millibars at midnight Chamorro Standard Time, September 9th. The storm's set to approach the Mariana Islands as a significant typhoon. It's currently a stage 2 on the CDPS scale, significant damage potential. That's only going to rise, I have to say, and the storm still has some intensifying to do whilst it makes up the 882 miles to Saipan, 925 miles to Roto, which has the highest chance of storm conditions at this present time. But you can also see Hagatna 961 and Yap over 1400 miles, not expected to go there. A Typhoon Watch is already in effect for Guam, Rota, Tinian and Saipan, the 4 main islands of the Mariana Island chain, the most populous of them all at least, and you can see them there and in relation to the storm. So this is what we expect to see then over the next few days. The storm gradually moving towards the west may have a little bit of a southward element to it as well. There it is, dipping down towards the islands, moving over Guam by that point on Monday, and then by the time we enter Tuesday it's moving off into the Philippine Sea, and most models still agreeing that the storm will do even more intensification after striking the islands. So if it's already going to be a strong storm by the time it gets there, it could be even stronger as it heads off towards wherever its final destination is going to be. We're still not entirely sure. That GFS model showed Taiwan there. 1 or 2 models may be taking it towards the Philippines, others towards Japan. Temperatures, sea surface temperatures there, very warm, 29, maybe even 30 degrees Celsius in some places. Certainly enough to sustain a significant typhoon, which is what we are almost certain to see. So, will it happen before the islands? According to the GFS model, you can see it there, quite a large system, possibly a major typhoon by that point, moving through either Guam or Roto or somewhere in between. We're still not entirely sure of its track in relation to which island will get the worst deal out of this, so it bears watching. It's going to be another 3 days or so before that does happen. And then off it goes again, moving up, becoming stronger, all the while as it moves through the Philippine Sea. These are the chances of tropical storm force winds, regardless of where the storm actually goes. 91% chance of tropical storm force winds on Rota, 86% on Guam, and 82% on Saipan. Yap down there at 2%. And this is what the models think will happen. So you can see there, most of them having a major typhoon by the 11th or earlier. And the HWRF there calling for almost a Category 5. The CDCX does that on 5 days. Wind shear may have a little bit of an uptick through the 10th, which could possibly save the islands the worst. And sea surface temperatures are obviously going to be very warm. Relative humidity is pretty decent. A pretty good consensus of the models there. It's probably going to be one of the furthest 2 south islands of the Mariana Island chain that will get hit the worst. This is how the storm has actually been looking in the last few frames. It's been getting its act together. You can see a big burst of convection there in that last frame, and I think intensification will ensue now at a quicker pace. It's at 50 miles an hour. Last time we did the update 24 hours ago, it was at 40 miles an hour, and I think it's going to be significantly stronger by the time we come out with our next update. We'll obviously see, and we'll hope that that doesn't happen, but knowing the tropics as we do in the Western Pacific, nothing can be discounted. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com with the latest. You can also find our YouTube page. You're probably there already, but if not, subscribe if you haven't so far. You can also find our Facebook page, Force 13 all in text, and it's at Force 13 on Twitter if you'd like to get in touch with us on there. You can also help the project become even better by enjoying the benefits of patronage. You can find out more information about how to become a patron and what those benefits are at patreon.com/Force13. You can also add my personal account on Discord, Fool13 at extension 9094, and Force13 on Skype. We also have a new server on Discord. You can find a link in the community tab.